Thank you for staying tuned, viewers, and welcome back to the show. Now, earlier on, I've asked Mr. Abdul Salam about the remittance and the percentage of remittance. Has it gone up or down? And the other issue that we've discussed is the regulatory issues with Bangladesh Bank, etc. And we've completed on that. Did you mention, UK banking system, has that ever affected anything?
I mean, yes, what I've just said to you earlier on, that a lot of the banks, see, now we've, the ring fencing just started. I mean, all the banks now ring fence. They're corporate and retails, and now under the two entities. Previously it was corporate and retail was as a single entity, now separate entities. So when all the bank has ring fenced, a lot of company, financial institution, non-financial institutions have lost their relationship in that process. Now, but apart from that, there isn't any of the issues that the company like payment services are having here. I mean, if you meet all their criteria, there's a certain business volume that you have to do, certain policies, compliance, and so on.
So it doesn't really affect public directly.
It doesn't, but to be technically speaking, yes, it does, because the less competition it is, it's cost for publics as well. So if there are more money transfer companies, the consumer benefits, the customer benefits, because more competitions, right? And if there is less competition, the customer doesn't benefit. But what we are trying to do is that in my time, I mean, we've started remittance from late 90s, and after the acquisition from 2011 till now, we haven't increased our commissions. So the cost of remittance, the cost of bankings has gone up. I mean, now recently, just in the last quarter, the stakeholders, Barclays Bank and others, have reviewed their cost, and then the cost gone up by 0.2%. So that cost has to pass on to someone, or you have to have the means to consume yourself from your earnings, and it is very difficult. So I think the consumer, the customers, the remitter will see over the coming years or months their commission sending remittance, the commission might go up. But what we are trying to do as ourselves, we are trying to balance that with the rates. So you, instead of getting the rates what you're getting, we will try to increase our rate, so that the extra commission that we offset that against, so the customer doesn't feel that the cost. And also what Bangladesh Bank has done recently, Central Bank, now they are trying to encourage the migrant people to send remittance through legal channels. Is that it hasn't been 100% confirmed yet. I think just recently the policy is now coming into force that when you're sending remittance to Bangladesh, you will get some incentive. So if you say, for example, if you send 10,000 taka, you will get some benefits from the central bank. So if you have an account with BRAC Bank, instead of 10,000 taka, you will get 10,500 or 10,200. So that cost will not come to us. That is something that the incentive the central bank is giving. In other part of the world, there are, I don't want to name the countries, where every migrant people who sends remittance to that country, their commission is waived, but the central bank, give incentive to company like ourselves, because commission is our earning. So if you don't make income, then how do you sustain?
Of course.
So so what is the government themselves are giving incentive to company like ourselves. So every dollar that you send to that country, you will get some incentive. So Bangladesh Bank is now over last couple of years they've been working on it, and recently they have I think it came into the papers that they're trying to incentivize the remitter who are sending remittance.
This is good news for the people.
Of course, because I think it is something that it's we are very much looking forward to on this.
As your business, what sort of implementation you've taken in terms of technology?
Yeah. of course, technology is something that it's in our top of our list, apart from compliance, right?
Okay.
Because you recently you have seen Facebook is also coming into payment services, and other global leaders are coming into payment services. And what we are working on currently is that the biggest issue in this industry we are facing at this moment is the cash, because the banking system doesn't like cash. And the traditional corridors where we operate, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, all the people who are working abroad, their income is all paid in hand, cash. So when they want to send remittance to their loved one, right, they come with cash to us. So that cash is becoming an issue for a company like ourselves. The bank says they want to move. If you have noticed that a lot of the banks, they are closing their branches, they're going online, they're also putting ATM machines where you can pay your bills, you can take deposits, right? So in long term, the banks are trying to come out of cash, and they're also same time pushing us to go to become cashless. So this strategy, what we have done, currently we're working on apps. So you will download an apps on your phone, and rather than you go into an agency locations or go in cash to agency locations, if you want to do it online, you can go on your apps, and then you can just fill in all your information. We'll electronically verify your information, so your ID and everything. Once you pass through that, then your accounts get debited here in United Kingdom, and your accounts in Bangladesh will get credit on real time, on the spot or the very next day, right? And also, if you want to still use the agents network of ours, we are going to phase out very soon, within the next few days, that you can also pay with your debit card as well. So if you go to an agency location, rather than going there with cash, you can go with your debit card, and you can pay the agencies with debit card, so that you don't have to handle cash. The cash is also risk for customers as well, because they go with cash, and then risk of losing the cash or getting mugged or hijacked. Or same in Bangladesh, when you are withdrawing, when you're taking cash over counters, then you have to withdraw and then go to your own bank and deposit money. I would encourage our friends.
Does that mean when they download the app, they need to have a bank account with yourself as well?
Not with us. They can, when they download the apps, so you will have a payment gateway. So end of your transaction, it will give you an options, right? How do you want to pay? Do you want to pay with debit card, credit card? So the option that
like
you
a wallet.
So now the wallet will not be with us. So your bank account, say you have an account with Barclays Bank, and at the time of transactions, you've completed transaction, then your payment method comes in. So you're not going to pay cash over on online. So you have to choose that you want to pay with your debit card. With your debit card, so you fill in your bank account informations, your debit card information. So we will debit your bank account, your debit card, and then we will credit your beneficiaries' accounts.
Excellent.
And it's very easy, and also it becomes cost effective for you as well.
Something you probably haven't thought of, but have you thought about transacting cryptocurrency?
Not at this moment. But we are also working. Recently, we've had a meeting with our IT expert and IT firms, where we are also trying to get wallet as well. So if you don't have bank account, it's not a problem. So we will issue a card for you. It's an electronic wallet, like we have our sister concern in Bangladesh, bKash. So you'll have a wallet here. You top it up your wallet through post office and other merchant pay, and you can, from that wallet, you can just send remittance however you like. So if you top up your wallet, say with £500, so you can send £50 or £100 here and there, and you can also spend you can spend from that wallet as well. This is something that in the pipeline, something that you'll see that we coming next year in about 24 months time.
Just before we go to the break and then talk about Brexit, your long-term vision for your business, what's your vision at the moment?
We've always, our parent company and also the vision of BRAC as well, our founder chair and also our directors, we want to see these organizations have a clear long-term strategy. We are currently working in Europe, that we have We had, even last year, we started working in Malaysia and Middle East as well. Because of Brexit, we had to sit back and resolve the issues of Brexit. And then as soon as we overcome the Brexit issue, then we will actually have operations in Middle East and also Southeast Asia and other part of the world as well. Yeah.
So you have a plan in
yes, of course. We want to support wherever Bangladeshis, our people migrated to. We want to extend that our support.
This is the backbone of your company, isn't it? I mean,
yes, of course.
It's about supporting the people, isn't it? Which is a long story, very inspiring.
Of course, this is also, I also personally, I don't see this as a profession. If you ask me personally, I see this as a personal agenda that I want to see, after me, that the facility of sending remittance becomes easier, cost effective, specifically for our people, Bangladeshi, wherever we live around the world.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Anyway, just before I go to the break, I would like to also touch upon that topic of a business. I mean, this particular bank we're talking about here, when it was originally founded, the intention behind it was to help the public, help the needy, really. And any business, because this is a business show, any business, right, if the intention is right, and you have what we call, if we can meet the requirements that's needed by somebody, and if we can provide that service and that element, businesses can grow and succeed just because of that right intention. And that has been proved with your company when it was originally founded. Now, however, on the next segment, we want to talk about the Brexit and how that's affected, etc.
It's a hot topic at this moment.
That's a hot topic at the moment, but obviously we can't talk too much about it because we haven't got too much time. But there is some very important issues that I want to ask you a question. Viewers, stay tuned. We're just going to go into a break now and see you after the break.